Hi, I'm Makayla Leon. Welcome to the meditation on being hyper-focused and how to tune into your laser beam eagle focus. The temptation to try to do several things at a time is greater today than ever before. We live in an age of smartphones, instant messaging, job insecurity, social media sites, computer games, and an endless choice of TV channels and online videos. Many people feel rushed and overwhelmed by everything that they have to do, and might find themselves trying to do one aspect of their job, replying to an email or making a phone call to a colleague, or their general working style involves doing a bit of one thing and then a bit of another thing all throughout the day. It seems as if we are constantly dialed in, unable to reset and refocus properly, trying to multitask and juggle. Once upon a time, that might have seemed like an efficient way of working, a way of killing two birds with one stone. But research shows that there are some real pitfalls in trying to multitask like this. The University of Stanford examined the pros and cons of multitasking. They compared students who were frequent multitaskers, who would typically watch TV, listen to music, and have an instant message conversations at the same time as writing a paper for their course, to students who were not frequent multitaskers. Curious to know the outcome? This study is particularly interesting because the researchers were seriously looking to identify the benefits of multitasking. Their theory was that habitual multitaskers must have trained their brain in certain ways that were advantageous. Perhaps they had become better at tuning out distractions than non-multitaskers. Perhaps they could hold more things in their working memory at the same time. All the students were put through identical tests, checking their memory and their ability to tune out irrelevant data, and their ability to rapidly switch between tasks. To everyone's astonishment, in every single test, the regular multitaskers came out significantly worse. There were no pros to multitasking whatsoever, only cons. Think about that for a moment. The researchers concluded that frequent multitasking has a long-term negative impact on cognitive performance, and the only skill it trains your brain for is how to be easily distractible. Other studies confirm that the more we try to do 2 or 3 tasks at once, the less efficient we are, compared to if we just do the same tasks one after the other. The human brain works much better when it's given one thing at a time to focus on. The practical consequences of this are that it's essential to start organizing your day in a way that respects the needs of your brain. Some people make a point of only checking their email once a day. They give themselves 45 minutes to clean out their inbox and reply to any messages, and then they get on with their work for the rest of the day. Other people set a timer for 25 minutes, during which they work on one task and only on that task. Then they take a 5-minute break and reset the timer and do 25 minutes working on that one task only. Some people find it helpful to disconnect their Wi-Fi and turn off their phone for set periods of time each day. After this meditation is over, you might like to give some thought to the specific ways that you can structure your time more productively like this. This meditation is going to help you reclaim your ability to concentrate, to focus, and to think deeply about the specific tasks that you're working on, rather than flitting superficially from one task to another. In this day and age, this is a precious skill, and by training yourself to patiently focus on one thing at a time, you'll be giving yourself a huge advantage when it comes to being successful in life. Now, if you haven't yet closed your eyes, go ahead and you can do that right now. As you prepare to relax very deeply, and you can begin by taking very slow, deep breaths, and really allow each in-breath to be full and deep, and allow each out-breath to be very long and smooth. And just notice which one of your hands feels the most relaxed right now. Notice the muscles of your face are beginning to soften. How your shoulders loosen as you let go deeper and deeper over the course of the next few moments. And as you follow along to the sound of my voice and breathe comfortably and smoothly, you can just notice what it feels like to be going on a walk through a beautiful landscape, with your feet making firm contact with the ground beneath you, and your arms swinging freely at your sides. As you just tune in to the background sounds around you on this inner walk inside. Maybe the sound of the breeze rustling through the trees, or of water flowing or splashing, or of a bird singing in the distance, and even hearing the sound of each step that you take along the way. Because any walk that you take happens one step at a time, does it not? And step by step, you can take in the view before you as part of your mind continues to stroll along this inner walk, while the rest of you begins to drift deeper and deeper into a wonderfully relaxed, inwardly focused state of mind now. And you're listening to this meditation for a reason: to stop multitasking. And there's a certain way that you feel inside when you try to do too much at once. Perhaps a sense of tension, or impatience, or a feeling of a pressure to get things done, or a tension across your shoulders, or in your gut. Maybe a sense of being overstimulated. And just really get a sense now of how it feels to be trying to do too much at once. And right now, that whole particular feeling of doing too much can suddenly float right out of your body magically. Let it happen with the faculty of your imagination. Allow it to take shape several feet in front of you, appearing as a symbol of that messy, chaotic pattern of trying to do too much at once. See it there, several feet in front of you. Notice how your mind represents that pattern. Maybe it looks like a messy tangle. Maybe it has a particular shape or color. Just get a sense of seeing that whole pattern of trying to do too much at once over there in front of you. And as I continue to talk, I'd like your unconscious mind to begin to do whatever it needs to do to change that symbol, so it becomes calmer, more tidy. And even now, as I'm saying these words, you can notice it begin to spin, to change, as new resources and new strengths flow into it from all different areas in your life. And you don't have to know consciously what that symbol is going to change into. Unconsciously, you make this change easily and effortlessly. You can just connect with your sincere desire to become more focused, much more focused, much more disciplined and precise in how you get things done. It allows you to be calmer. The fact that you want to make your life more satisfying, fulfilling, and productive by giving your mind the time and the space that it needs to properly focus on one thing at a time as your magnificent unconscious mind begins to work for you, following your direction to change that symbol and to change that pattern over the course of the next few moments. Because you don't go to a restaurant and eat all the courses of a meal all at once, do you? In one great big mush? A high-quality meal comes to you course by course, each with its own characteristic, its own special appeal. And between each course, there's space and time that allows you to really appreciate and savor what you've eaten. And when a dog chases after a stick, you can see the determination and focus in its eyes, how it concentrates on the path of the stick as it flies through the air and it runs as fast as it can to catch that stick. But if you threw 10 sticks at once for that dog, it might still get excited, but it would also be very confused, muddled, running from one stick to another, not sure what to be focusing on. Think of a great writer writing one novel, pouring their whole life experience in their imagination, their intelligence into the one book. Now imagine that author trying to write 6 or 7 books at once, jumping from one story to another. Imagine how confused they would become about which character belonged to what novel. What a tangled mess it would become. Because great things are created when you pour all of your passion, all of your soul into one thing that you're doing right now. And each task in your day can now become like an island, surrounded by blue water in the ocean, each island separate from the others, so that you begin to unconsciously and instinctively separate tasks cleanly, each task having its own specific shape, its own borders, separate from one another, more space to see each task individually, the size of the ocean between those tasks, allowing you to focus on one thing at a time. And your unconscious mind has been working steadily while I've been speaking to you, making the way you think of each day, of each week, of each month much more well arranged, with a clear and more spaced out structure. Each task separate, laid out with its component steps. And you can begin to appreciate this new symbol of order, clarity, focus that is forming right in front of you right now. A symbol of how you're going to be structuring your time and structuring each day from now on, so that there are times when you work hard and focus, times when you take a break and unwind, times when you connect with other people through conversations, phone calls, or messages, and times when you give yourself complete and total privacy. Privacy to focus on your work, each task of the day separate, periods of intense work and focus with spaces between them. It's a beautiful symbol of order, of calm, focus, and simplicity, forming in front of you right now. And whatever you see, even if it's not fully clear to you just yet, is perfect and fine. because whatever that symbol is right for you. And then you can allow that whole symbol to float inside of you, all the way into the depths of your being, as you absorb this clarity and order into every cell of your body, mind, and begin to change things now at an instinctive level, and you can feel a sense of calm, clarity, and determination flowing all the way to your body now. And it can be like a fork in the path of the story of your life, and along your path to the left, there's a tangle of false starts and unfinished projects, a confused mush of too much to do and not enough time. While to the right, there is clarity, simplicity, discipline, a future where you get things done, one at a time, and where you're happier, more clear-headed, accomplishing more, where your brain is working optimally, where you're learning to focus deeply and to concentrate fully, to firmly say no to low-priority distractions, and to do one thing at a time and do it well. And you can begin to walk now, step by step, along this path as you let go of what needs to be left, and notice the clarity and the space to think, opening up inside. How you order your day logically now, so that you can really create and achieve the things you want to. And just notice what a typical day is like. Some months in the future along this path, notice how you begin each day, how you order the tasks to be accomplished that day happily. Maybe as a written list, maybe it's all there before you in a planner, step by step, or a calendar, getting them done one at a time. And life is never completely neat and tidy and under control all the time. There will be interruptions now and then, and you're so much more resilient against them now, like a mighty oak tree in the wind, with deep, strong roots, a tree that can sway in the pressure of the wind, and then always come back to center, grounded, steadfast, calm, patient, focused. And just notice what it's like at the end of the day to feel so pleased at how much you've got done. Noticing how much structured things look over the weeks and months to come. And what a relief it is. Excellent. Fantastic to be free of that old tangled mess that you once used to get caught up in. And right now you can connect with a real sense of determination within you that you're going to deeply and sincerely commit to getting things done, one at a time, in a focused, productive, professional way. And you can listen to this meditation often and strengthen this inner ability to focus your mind and to structure each day one task at a time. And you can bring all these learnings right back with you into the here and now as you prepare to come all the way back to now, coming back to now into the room with a real sense of good feeling by noticing the position of your body and the sensation of whatever it is that you're resting on, feeling more and more refreshed and alert, coming back to the room more refreshed and alert, coming back wide awake, feeling really good now, and whenever you're ready, you can just have a nice stretch and open your eyes. Welcome back.